What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PixelPlay podcast, episode 248. Kaylan, you're getting close, buddy. You got to get back here, man. It's almost time. 250's upon us.
It's almost here. God, it's wild.
Just me and Chris. Adam, a.k.a. CS Radical, Christian, and Chris. We are here for another of your favorite weekly podcast. Why it's your favorite? I don't know. You make bad choices.
Yeah,
we make bad choices. We play video games. We all bought PlayStations. We made mistakes. But here we are. It's all fine. It's all good. And we're here to talk about some more video games. Now, are they going to be good video games? No. Because the World Cup just ended. And it was a perfect excuse because Kaylan's also not here. So I can easily throw this out there because Chris and I are both proponents of this. How sports games fucking suck.
Yeah.
At least a lot of them do.
Yeah. A lot of them
Just
do.
a little bit.
The
There's
new
some
ones.
good
the more...
ones, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, like, it all stems from the fact that, well, we just had this great, grandiose tournament of the beautiful game, which I think is a very funny nickname for it, when it's probably one of the most baby shit games I've ever seen.
With some, with the players, yeah. With how they act, oh yeah.
Beautiful game. I don't know, Timbit's hockey seems more beautiful at times. But I digress. But, yeah, because I have no interest in going to play FIFA, no matter how great the World Cup was. So I figured, hey, here's a good way to just suddenly... We haven't had to shit on EA for a while, so I'm going to force it.
Force it. That's what you saw. When watching the World Cup, you were like, this is my chance. This is my chance to bring back the EA hate.
Just like I'm always happy to talk shit about Argentina now, EA is always on that list where I'm like, you know what, any chance I get, I'm using it.
No, yeah, they are one and the same.
I will say, we're going to work because of course it's me and Chris here, and we spent a lot of time watching the World Cup. We had a couple of dates where we hung out together, and by dates I mean days, not dates. Don't worry, Alex, it's fine. But we watched a bunch of soccer over the last month, and I don't care much for the sport in general. Like, we obviously have teams here. We have even our own league in Canada now. But, like, it's not high on my tier list. I mean, when Toronto FC won its one championship, like we were at a Shoeless Joe's, I think.
Yes,
when we saw that game.
Yep.
And, like, that was cool. But I stopped caring the following day. Actually, I probably stopped caring about the moment I got home. But, like, the World Cup is always a big deal because it's literally the best athletes on the planet coming all together for one big tournament. So, like, I pay attention. And because I get very in-depth on things, I did pay a lot of attention to things like, okay, how's everybody ranked? Like, what's the matchups like? And I started learning stats a little bit here for stuff because that's how I am. I'm a bit of a nerd. Can you not tell? I have glasses. That's a telltale sign. No, that's not quite anymore. But
it's not the gaming podcast. No, it wouldn't be possibly that.
No.
Gives it away.
But, like, I enjoyed this thoroughly.
Oh, yeah.
Now, could have I enjoyed the ending better? Yes. Because I would call the ending of the World Cup akin to the ending of, like, a Game of Thrones where it was just very underwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, that final game was not
Did I
very
get
exciting.
the result I wanted? Yes, I did. Did I get the method of it that I would have liked to? No. Because it was kind of boring to watch.
Yeah. It was a pretty
Now,
boring
on a score sheet, it looks great, because if you hate Argentina like I do, because fuck that country and that team, they got so thoroughly outclassed that it's a wonder they made it to the finals by that logic. Yeah,
that was a crazy set of stats for the Argentina team. Holy crap.
Well, it's the fact, too, that, like, some people were like, because we all been talking about how, you know, it's clearly been fixed to give Argentina a shot to win it. And, like, I agree with what a lot of people have been saying. I don't think it's fixed, but I think there's an inherent bias towards Argentina in the same way that, like, in the NBA, where if you're a basketball fan, you know that the refereeing is biased towards star players, right?
Yes.
So, like, we knew that there was a thing. And, I mean, all the stats will tell you that Argentina got way more favorable calls the entire tournament. They got a better set of matchups and everything. Like, you'd have to wonder. And considering we know FIFA is, like, one of the most corrupt organizations on the fucking planet.
Easily.
I mean, you can tinfoil hat pretty easy without much effort.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of giving it to you.
The one thing I loved is that there's a lot of Argentinian fans that have been going to be like, oh, well, if you guys think it's fixed, how come Argentina lost? and is the most hilarious thing because how are you supposed, like, okay, Argentinian fans, just, I know none of you are listening to this, but hear me out. How are you supposed to win a game that's fixed for you if you don't take a shot in over 107 minutes?
Hey,
they tried to fix it for you, and you still couldn't do it.
It was like
that's
2 shots.
Also why it's
total.
funny, because there was definitely still bias in that game for Argentina. They should have gotten more fouls and cards. Than they got. Also, a goal was disallowed that should not have been from Spain.
Oh yeah,
because there was a phantom foul because a guy stepped on a guy's left foot, and he grabbed his right leg when he fell. So you had the chance, and you decided, no, we're going to only have the ball for about a third of the entire game and do nothing with it.
Yeah.
And then fight a bunch of people afterwards because we're real piss babies.
Yeah, that fight was not class. That is not football to me. That's
beautiful
ridiculous.
Game, my ass.
Yeah. There was
it's
some
hard
teams
to call
that
a game
did treat
beautiful when it's some of the most Bush League, prima donna, alpha male tough guy shit I've ever seen. And I'm a hockey fan.
Yeah.
Where the Kachucks exist.
Yeah. There were some teams,
just the American team in general exists, but
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, like there were some teams I was like, okay, this team is actually keeping class. Like it's actually pretty decent.
Cabo Verde.
Yes. Perfect example. They are the sweethearts of the entire tournament. They are the winners in my heart.
And I feel so sad because people are like, we're going to remember that country forever. And I'm like, you've probably already forgotten them by the time this episode comes out.
They're going to Cape Town and they're like, this is it, right? They're just going to completely go somewhere else. Starts with the letter C.
Is there a town called Cape Green somewhere in like Newfoundland?
Probably.
Somebody's to be like, okay, I can't wait for this nice weather, and it's like rainy, and they're on a fishing boat with a bunch of drunk newfies, being like, this is not what I thought I was getting into.
Yeah, wow, a country of only 500,000 people.
But like, what did you think overall? Because I had a blast watching it, all things considered, and even though it sounds like they're going to 64 teams, I'm a little suspect about that next time. But like, I was nervous about the jump to 48, and I actually thought it was perfect because you now had some really fun Cinderella stories, like a Cabo Verde or like
100%,
like what Egypt should have been. But
yeah, I actually loved it. I was a little worried about the 48 at the beginning too, and I still have one gripe with it, and that's just the number isn't even. So when the first rounds are out, the knockout, not the knockout rounds,
like some of the third
rounds.
places made it.
Yeah, some third places make it,
so maybe
but
the
some
64
don't.
will kind of alleviate that. It's just you now the fear is that you now get a couple of really not qualified teams to get in there,
100%. It's like 100. It's like 1/3 of all countries that belong to FIFA get in, and it's like, holy crap, that's like everybody.
I did let me actually go just try to find out while you're talking, because I did find a list of like who likely would have qualified had they done that.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if it would have been Italy.
So, well, yeah, they were one of them. They were actually top of the list.
Okay.
So I did find it. So it's not perfect because they couldn't estimate everything, because obviously there's some of those weird like group qualifier things. But like the ones that they estimated for sure would have been Italy, Denmark, Nigeria, which would have made sense. Them not being in there from Africa is pretty unusual.
Yeah, it's very unusual, yeah.
Ukraine, Poland, Chile, Cameroon, Serbia, Peru, and Venezuela. And then after that, it's whatever else you can shoe in there. With some of those little group things, like they brought up Wales or Romania, some of the other African teams that can make it in there, like a Mali or a Zambia or Guinea. And then when it came to like the Asia and CONCACAF sides, like they had like Uzbekistan or Costa Rica or something like that. So there'd be a few like oddballs, but like there's always going to be like a couple of those.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But like to think that like teams like Denmark or Nigeria or Poland not being in there is like, I think there's a case to be made. It's just the other 6 teams that are going to now squeak in are probably not, because Europe doesn't have this problem. Europe still has plenty of teams that can fill those spots.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The extra Europe teams would be dangerous, to be honest. To a lot of, it's like, crap, we're just adding more of the very seasoned teams back in. Yeah, like I think like the 64 could work. I mean, the tournament
it just means we're going to have a couple more
longer.
Qatars where you're like, that team should not be here.
No, Qatar should not have been there. No. And Yeah, like we'd get probably another week or two of games because they'd have a lot more groups they'd have to get through playing and everything like that. But I mean, more World Cup might be good. Like I've heard a couple people tell me that the World Cup was too long this time because they're so used to the length before, and it's like
I didn't
I
feel that way.
loved it. It felt like an event, right? Like it's not
It
just like a
honestly still
month.
only felt like it was a week, right? That's how
Yeah,
fast
it
it blew
felt
by.
like it was a week, but it was like almost 2 months or like a month and a half of our lives. So cool. I don't know. I love it. It's the one sport I love like more than anything.
It's
Um
cool for me as a one-time thing. Like every 4 years, I get to
yeah.
jump in and be like, "All right, let's do some cool shit." When Euro happens, like if y'all are doing something and you want to watch a game, sure, I'll come down. But like, I'm not nearly as interested now because obviously, well, Canada's not there,
Yeah.
but also it's not fully best on best. So
Yeah, oh for sure. I do still watch Euro. I call it World Cup light. It's just it's like the
yeah,
thing that helps get you because it's like halfway. It's like within the two, like after 2 years, you'll have the Euro Cup, and then another 2 years, you're back in the World Cup. So I get to like kind of watch it to kind of just cleanse the palate, have a nice little like light dessert before another 2 years, and I can get back in there. But yeah, I loved it. Like watching it with you, I got to watch it with some family, both on my wife's side and on mine. I got to watch just
it's
some
very
on my own.
entertaining watching some of your family get really upset during the England. Who are they playing that game against?
Who was the England game against that we were
Who
watching?
is their game before they faced the French? Oh my God, who was it?
I can't
Oh
even
right,
remember.
Norway.
Oh, Norway. Yes, yes. Yeah. So for just a little behind this curtain here, my dad is English. So I'm of English descent, but which is why I call it football. You'll always hear me say that. But my dad is hardcore England because that's what he has cheered for the last almost 70 years of his life. And it was funny because I cheer for the England team. I do actually love that team. It is my heritage. But then when Norway comes in and Holland is like such a cool dude, and then like that's who's playing England, it's like, oh, I'm conflicted now because I would love
That's
England to
okay. I
win.
did that. I did the work for you. I'm half Irish, half Italian. I didn't have any horses in that race.
You didn't have to worry about anything. But yeah, I was like, Norway became kind of my underdog, like new like fascination for me. Like I really loved them. Whereas like France, I've already loved them before. Like Mbappe is fantastic, and England, like that's my
But is
heritage.
it really fun to cheer for like the best teams? Like in a
No,
tournament like that,
no.
it's like, yeah, in the Olympics for hockey, of course I'm cheering for Canada, but like I love a good underdog story. Like I love seeing like a Germany or a
Oh
Switzerland
yeah,
like go and do some stuff. Or what was it? I think it was Norway this year it was Norway this year that did really, really well. So
yeah.
it's like I love shit like that. That's fun.
Yeah, yeah. Norway was, I would love that. And I mean, you and I both going to be biased on this one, but Canada actually made the World Cup and like finally did something because we were
Did
there.
decently well, all things considered.
Yeah, like because 4 years ago we were out right in the beginning. I don't think we got a single goal. We didn't get anything. So
We
we
got
got
a
like,
goal, but we
oh no,
never even drew.
yeah, that's what it was. But we got like our first World Cup point, our first World Cup win. I think our first World Cup tie. Like they kind of just kept
I mean,
showing
the first
everything we
World Cup
finally
win
did.
was kind of clouded because that was the Qatar game where there was a lot of bullshit, but
That was a lot of bullshit. But yeah, and then we actually made it through to the first knockout rounds and actually made it past that, which I honestly thought that's when we were going to be done. We got to go one
we
more.
had a ray of hope because the first half against Morocco actually went really well, and then the gas
And then,
ran out. So
yeah, and then our gas ran out and Morocco went, oh, right, we're a good team. And then they woke up.
yeah,
And,
all right, we're top five, right?
yeah,
Almost forgot.
yeah,
How
they were
foolish
like,
of
all right,
us.
we've been wasting enough time. Activate football mode, and they won. But I feel like even Canadians like celebrated afterwards. Like very few people were like, "Oh, I'm so angry!" Like nobody thought we were going to go as far as we did.
I mean, even if we didn't
so,
make it to the knockout stage, I would have been happy. Like,
yeah, same.
just getting a win was already like more than enough.
Yeah, like I felt like I got a lot more from the Canada team than I even expected. So I walked away from this World Cup very happy. If Argentina had won, I would have been pretty miserable for a day, and then I would have forgot whatever. But
Instead, we were howling all day after that.
yeah, yeah. I will also say
I still am cracking jokes about it.
yeah, yeah, still very much. I will say the best. There's two moments in it that were probably the best, and it was obviously the Cape Verde game against Spain. They're the only ones to like get a goal on them or whatever. And then there was that England versus Mexico game in Mexico City.
That was such a good game.
That felt like the actual final game of the World Cup I wanted to see. That
had all the drama and the grandeur that you would
it
expect.
had everything, and it was intense the entire time, but it wasn't like just nobody's scoring and one team is doing crap and the other one's just trying to get a goal. This was like extreme professional football players competing and like getting a goal and then returning with a goal and then defending insane shots. Like that game was just utter perfection. So that's kind of like my favorite game, to be honest.
Yeah. All things considered, was a really fantastic tournament. So I was really happy to get around to playing that. But anyways, it's been 15 minutes. I think we bored our listeners enough with sports.
This is a video game podcast, we promise.
So we'll talk about sports games in a little bit, but we'll talk about what we've been playing lately. I mentioned earlier about being newfies on a boat. Well, that was going to be a good segue, but of course we had like 5 more minutes of World Cup talk. I finished 2 games. And the first one is a short 3-hour visual, like not visual novel, but like a walking simulator kind of game that I play called The Caribou Trail.
Oh,
which is essentially a World War I game that's set about a bunch of Canadian, Newfoundlanders going out there in, I think it's Turkey, or they're against the Turks. I know that much for sure. And it's just a story of you playing as, I'm blanking on his first name right now, but his last name is Fisher, and his journey about going through this specific time where, there's obviously a big skirmish going on, his life in the trenches, losing friends and dealing with the sheer PTSD of it while still in the middle of war. And it's it's very short, 3 hours. There's no like combat or anything. It's just straight up his walking and running and just a little bit of map work, but really it's not that much. It's more the charm of that like Newfie accent and stuff. In fact, Chris, have you ever seen Letterkenny or Shoresy?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you know Ted Hitchcock, the Newfie guy?
Oh yes, yeah,
He is a voice actor in this game.
Oh, that fits. Wow, that fits really well.
I thought I was being somewhat racist when I was hearing a voice in there and be like, that sounds so much like Ted Hitchcock. And then I'm like, that's Terry Ryan. I'm fucking positive it's Terry Ryan. I went to look it up and it fucking actually was. I'm like, oh, thank Christ.
Oh, good.
But and they gave him the perfect role because it's the guy that just will keep telling stories and doesn't shut the fuck up. So he just keeps going, and it's so good. So they found the perfect thing for him, and they probably just went like, "Hey, bro, we can't pay you much, but hey, you just want to spout off random stories in a Newfie accent the entire time." And he's like, "Of course, me boy," and he went and did it.
Yeah, that's him in a nutshell for sure.
So and it's a nice aside because there are some emotional stuff that goes on, and his little bits kind of come in as like a slight reprieve from that. So they actually did pretty well in the pacing of it. And like I said, it's like 3 hours, so it doesn't take too much of your time out. It is one of those though that again, if you're this isn't a real game kind of thing, if you hate mixtape, you're not gonna like this either. This is like the worst parts of mixtape where there's literally no gameplay to this. But as a good like historical piece-ish kind of deal of it, and like a good telling of dealing with, of mental health, like PTSD and loss during wartime, they did a pretty good job of it. I was actually really impressed by it for what seemed like kind of like when I came across this, I'm like, this looks kind of interesting. I'll take a look into this. And sure enough, 3 hours later, I'm like, this is solid. I guess still a 7. Like I'm not going to say too highly about it because it is rough. There's a lot of times where, you're just kind of walking, looking at a map being like, I don't think I'm going the right fucking way. And you just kind of walk aimlessly and eventually you find yourself in the right spot. But in terms of just the overall charm of it, and I do like history pieces, I was very enjoyed by it, and it's a nice little brief thing if anybody was ever interested in that sort of thing. So I would strongly recommend checking that out if this is your kind of jam.
Nice. And sorry, what was the name again?
The Caribou Trail.
The Caribou Trail. Got it.
So that is number 1. But of course, as Chris is very well knowing of, I did finish 007 First Light, so
yes,
we can get into all of that. I will try to stay as spoiler-free as I can. I will do my best. This game was fantastic. Like I'm not gonna hide it. It did get better as it went along. I will say I do agree with what you were saying the last time that we spoke about it, where it's like, don't worry, once the story starts to come together a little bit more, you'll like it a lot more. I I did also get a little bit better with the stealth. I started figuring out like what I can get away with more, so I started to be able to get through those sections and enjoy them a lot more. I still think the forced combat ones are a little rough. Like towards the end when you are I won't say where, but when you're in a defense position trying to like get out of your home base sort of deal that you got set up. It's another one of those sections that I'm like, guys, you can't stick me with a basic weapon and have 20 guys on me and expect me to get through this with relative ease. Like, I'm literally now just going to sit here behind cover until you throw a grenade at me because there's no reason for me to get up until I have to.
Yeah.
Like, those sections I was still pretty annoyed by. So I think if if they can figure out a better way of dealing with those, it'd be perfect. But like, this is number one. They've clearly left the door open to continue this. So if they can improve upon that specifically for the next game, I'd be okay with not much else changing because I think mostly everything else is fine. But it's specifically the forced combat stuff that I really did not like. And I wish they would do a little bit better with. They can still be fun, but they are easily the weakest point of this game, and it's what's holding me back from really giving it a good rating. I will say in advance, it's an 8. There are a couple things that are taken away from it. 1 point gets docked from those kind of sections because every time I did them, like, this is fine, but like, I should be enjoying this way more than I am. Like, this should be I'm going to be a badass and just go nuts here. There's one section in particular relating to a car that is exactly what I was hoping for this game to be like when you're forced action, but the rest of those sections are not nearly as fun as that. The other thing that I will say about this game that I will put a knock against is they really are weak on the villain side. Very weak on the villain side, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The two main baddies that they come up with, one is a nothing burger, and the other one, I see what they're trying to do with him being like a little unhinged, but like, if you're going to put an unhinged guy in a 007 game, go all in, don't halfway it. And that's what I feel like they didn't do correctly. They halfwayed it and didn't let him go all the way. And it just wasn't as fun. Like, and also, this is not spoiling totally, but it's a Bond movie. You know the final guy's going to die anyway. Why does he go out like a bitch?
Yeah.
Am I new to Bond games? Like, usually you're getting a pretty definitive, like, you're shot in the head kind of deal. Or say like with Quantum of Solace where the guy gets left to death with a bucket of oil, where it's like, oh, that sucks. Or you go to like the Pierce Brosnan ones where they're elaborately over the top.
Yeah.
It is the most bland, boring, unsatisfying death of a final boss I've ever seen in any sort of Bond thing. I was so thoroughly disappointed. I'm like, you guys, you could have left it the way that it was originally earlier in the game, and it would have been perfect. And instead, you're like, no, we're gonna take it a step further, and by a step further, we're gonna take like 10 steps back, actually, and just make it so completely unsatisfying and so like uninteresting. Like, I'm gonna forget the last like hour of this game in the next week. I'm gonna forget everything of that bit. There are spots, especially in the middle. The middle of this game is fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything that I can say positively, the middle, Act 2, is amazing. So much of that shit's good. The second you go to Act 3, where it's like, okay, now it's time to go deal with the final boss, it kind of loses steam again. The beginning's slow in its building. It's fine. It's also the first Bond game that IO's taken care of, so you give him some rope. The middle was so good that I'm like, all right, we're going to a big end. And then the end is just kind of like, it's all right.
Yeah, I do agree with you there on the very final part. I felt the very final mission was mixed. Like, it had some really good parts mixed in there, which I won't say for spoiler reasons. And then some parts I was like, okay, this is a little annoying. I guess I see what they're going with, but yeah. For me, the biggest slow part, or whatever you want to call it, was the beginning. The very beginning of the game does feel more Hitman-ish and like not like Bond, and then it's almost like half like they had to kind of get stuff out of the way to build the story, and then all of a sudden it's
anyway
like
because you're not in the thick of it yet. So of course,
yes.
when it's about his training, of course it's going to be the stealth stuff because that's what you would expect a spy to do, not go guns blazing. So
Exactly.
it's not until the first section after the first little bit at the chess tournament where you're like, oh, okay, so this is where it's actually a little bit more like Bond, and then
Yes.
that's where it kind of starts to kick off a little bit better. So like and that's why I don't really take the beginning as too much of a slight, because I'm like, it makes sense as to why canonically why it would be on the slower side, because you are in training to learn to be a spy who's usually supposed to be silent.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah. I did love this game. I hope they make more of them, and especially now because it's like all the him becoming Bonds out of the way, the training's done. They can just jump into the good parts in the next game.
Well,
Like
and
it can
given
just be
that the
boom.
game is done very well, it
Hmm.
could be a Game of the Year nominee at the way that things are looking right now. I would be stunned if they don't, considering how they've also left the game at the end. Like, I feel like that's what their intention is. Now, I assume they're going to go back to Hitman before they go back to this again. I would assume, although it depends on how well the money flows, because they may also go, look at how much freaking money we made off of Bond game. I think Agent 46, or was it 47?
Agent 47.
Yeah, he maybe he can take a back seat, because look how much money we're fucking making with Bond right now.
Oh
So who
yeah.
knows? But like, I I think they've got something here, and it's just a
Yeah.
matter of like, similar to how Mass Effect 1 is good, but it's not great. A second version of this, now having learned a few more lessons, I'm really interested in what another one of these is.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and I thought they nailed like such good characters and stuff. I think Q is one of the coolest Qs that we've ever had in a Bond
Absolutely.
anything, and this is the best version of Moneypenny we've ever had. Like the relationship
I'm going
between
to be
her and
very
Bond
surprised if
too.
she's not our coffee date award. Both of us,
Oh,
that is being our
100%.
coffee date award,
She's
because there's a
winning right
pretty good
now.
shot she's staying there.
Yeah, she's winning right now. It would take someone pretty amazing because like her back and forth with Bond, perfect. Like the writing, the voice acting, everything was so perfect. It's like just enough like its own thing with taking some like old school Bond and Moneypenny back and forths and stuff. Like it was the perfect mix. Yeah, I love this game so much.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But that's enough about me. What have you been up to?
So I also beat a game that you and Kaylan had already beaten, and I'm finally just
Yes, you
catching up.
have.
I beat Mafia: The Old Country. I mean, I don't have too much to add from what I've said.
Other than
I
how right I was.
You were very correct. That ending was just so Mafia, where it's like every Mafia game ends with me pissed off. I think the ending is great. Don't get me wrong. The writing,
Yeah, it's it actually works for what they're telling. It's just it sucks.
yeah, like it just sucks so hard. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I was so pissed. I really thought I fooled myself. I'm like, no, this one's going to be different. This one's going to be different. Being in the Mafia was good this time. Fuck.
It's like, again, we're not going to spoil it, but like it's like playing Walking Dead 1 from the
Yes.
Telltale games and then expecting it to be different in the second season.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's just, it
It's
stays.
still it still sucks,
Yeah.
but at least you're pretty sure you know what's coming. So like, I still remember playing Walking Dead season 2 and being like, I'm not getting attached to nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of the
Like,
same with Mafia, where like you try really hard not to get attached to anybody, and there's always one person that you're like, son of a bitch, I like that
y-
guy too much.
yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah, I love this game. The same gripes I had before, which is mostly just overuse of the knife fights. I felt the ending, which obviously has boss
The
fights and
final
all.
one made sense, like I
Yes,
said, because why would you have anything other than your knives at that point?
yeah, and I
So
think that
that worked.
that would have been more emotional and like hardcore if I didn't have knife fights with the most basic bosses leading
Yeah,
up
that
to it.
wasn't like the 13th one.
Yeah, like if that was like the second or third time only that happened, I would have been like, "Oh my god, this is insane." But yeah, I love this game. I didn't do any of the free. You have to like go into the menu and open up like free ride mode or whatever. I didn't do that. I just played the story. I just had the linear part of all of it. I loved the story. I thought the acting, the cutscenes, the graphics, the music, all of it like was perfect. I wish this was a movie, to be honest. Like this would be such a great
I
movie
don't
if
know,
they
but
could
well,
pull it
they
off
probably
the
could make it into a
same.
movie, but I think a TV series could be pretty good with
Or
this.
yeah, something like a TV series honestly actually would probably
I
be
mean, not
better.
like there aren't a shortage of Mafia TV series, but hey, why
Also
not?
true.
Why not
Also
another?
true. But yeah, I loved all the characters. I loved the way everything went, minus the ending, which pissed me off. Yeah, I just thought this was a great game. I couldn't play it as an open world. I think if I went for all the collectibles and stuff like that, I think I would have been like, this is really taking away from
Yeah, like
the
any of the
game.
because I'm just looking at screen, like any of the charms and stuff. Like if I happen to find them, then I got them. But like
Oh
I
yeah,
wasn't going out of my way.
yeah, I wasn't going out of my way for anything. If I saw one in the room I was in, I'd collect the newspaper, I'd collect that. Because, like, the little bit of extra lore, I saw, like, there's a scene where you can see some documents about some characters that are young now, but they're from Mafia 1 or 2 and stuff like that, which is really
Mm-hmm.
cool. I loved some of the references. I had to watch a YouTube video to understand exactly who everybody is, and like, all right, who from Mafia 2 is like a kid in this game, and there's a couple and stuff like that, which was cool. But yeah, I really loved this. I loved it for what it was. I bought it at only like 40 something dollars. I think that's like the perfect price for anybody who's been holding out on this. It's 100% worth it. If you're the type of person that you liked an Uncharted game or any of the Mafia games before, even, yes, it's in a different location and time period, but it really still hits that Mafia feel. A lot of the things, the car races and stuff that's from Mafia 1 and 2 and stuff that was in there falls into this. I think this game is fantastic. I agree with all the great stuff that you and Kaylan had said about it. Like I was actually sad when it was over because I was like, oh man, like it was like watching like a really, really great film in the theater and then it's over, you know? Like,
And I mean, given how things turn in the last act, like they really could have done a couple more hours because I think there was some room to flesh out
oh, for sure.
the final turn a little bit more.
Hmm.
Like the
Yeah.
best example that I give is like as long as Red Dead Redemption 2 is, like the time that they put into it gives you time to really see like, how Dutch slowly morphs into what he becomes, right? Like you really do get to see that transition.
Hmm.
Whereas, what leads to the end of Old Country, it kind of happens a little bit quicker than I think would have made any sense. Like it's a case of, you know why it got to where it got is, but you're like, yeah, but you kind of like hot shotted to it when you could have done a couple more missions that could have like thrown a few more signs or could have like made it a little bit go from more like, for instead of going from 1 to 8 in one mission, it goes from like 1 to 3 to 4 to 6. Like you slowly turn the dial up.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I could have done with a little bit longer. And yeah, because it does have a little bit of a disconnect where it's like 12, it's 14 chapters or something like that, but it takes place over numerous years. So there's a lot of like gaps and stuff just like
Mm-hmm.
randomly in there, which I get it. The game would be fucking 150 hours if they actually did like every year and did every moment throughout all of
Yeah,
them.
but I think you could
Um,
have pushed another
I think a couple
3 to 4
chapters.
hours. Like I think you could do like
Yeah.
at least like 2 or 3 more chapters that could have just kind of added a couple more
For sure.
things in it.
I completely agree with that. But yeah, overall, I loved it. I hope they do another Mafia game in this style. I don't know when it would take place. I don't think Italy would maybe make sense unless it's a different family or something like that. But yeah, I hope
I
that
mean, you
there
could
is
shoot
more.
anything. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. I mean, also, I do think that taking the crack at Prohibition would be still
Yes.
like actually like trying to go like Al Capone days.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think Mafia 1 was talking about prohibition, but it wasn't very focused on it.
No.
No.
But
Yeah.
I figure the reason they're probably avoiding is because like it would be like people would expect too much.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be like having Assassin's Creed in Japan. Like it's the thing everybody's been wanting, and there would be very high expectations.
Yeah. But I mean,
uh,
again, like, and I've said it for a while. Like Mafia games, like they are like always solid. I know some people really didn't like 3, but like I still think 3 as a game is still really good. It's not great, but it's still like they've never been below a 7 to me. Like they've always been really like they've been good quality games, and this is no different. Where it's still a game where there's its faults. There's still some stuff that's like not fantastic about it, but it's still, by the time you're done, you've gotten your money's worth. Like you are satisfied.
100%. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I would, I'd definitely give this like an 8.5, somewhere in there out of 10. Really good game. Not like the best game ever made or anything like that, but real solid type of game that I really enjoy, where it's like kind of linear, really great story, graphics, all of it. So yeah, really loved it.
Absolutely.
And
Anything
then
else you've been doing?
yeah, just one other game, which is I won't have to talk about too long. It's a very short game. I played it and I beat it, and it took like 3.5 hours total. It's called Far Lone Sales, which is, I know, sounds very hard
I was
to.
going to say, wait, I thought the Steam Summer Sale was already over.
This I purchased during the Steam Summer Sale.
Of course.
So this one, the reason I picked it up was, one, it was 95% off. It was like $2. But also it gives, a lot of people were saying it was like Limbo or Inside, those like 2D side scrolling, but like very narrative driven games, but without any real combat or worry that you might fail and like die or something. I think technically you can die if you like stand in fire or like you let your ship like literally get destroyed. But I mean, I had very little knowledge of what I was doing, and I never even got close to that. So it's a very interesting game. It's a 2D platformer or whatever, like one of those very narrative, like going left or right, story driven games, where it's more about your ship's management and maintenance, and then a bit of puzzle solving where you'll get to a wall, you have to leave the ship, go and figure out something which might install a new piece to your ship, or it will just open up a big gate that your ship was being blocked by or something like that. It doesn't take very long, and it's very interesting because there's no tutorial, there's no narration or anything. It just teaches you that like left stick is to move, A is to jump, and X or B on your controller can pick up an item and drop an item. That's all it teaches you. The rest you have to figure out yourself, including how to make your ship like move forward, how to put energy into it, and all that kind of stuff. It's a very, very nice game. There is no enemies. There's nothing like that. It's all atmosphere, like a world that's gone to shit, and you're kind of one of the few people left. And it's about you just going on a journey in your ship, trying to get to the other end. And I won't spoil why or anything like that, because it's one of those games where it doesn't fully explain why, but you kind of get an idea the more you're playing. It's like, oh, okay, so this is kind of what was happening. And obviously this didn't go well. And now it's kind of an apocalypse and all this kind of stuff. But yes, you're a survivor, getting your ship to the other side, doing some puzzles, maintaining the ship, where it's like pressing a button in to make it go. Steam will build up. You had to hit another button to release all the steam, which actually makes you go a bit faster, but also prevents your ship from getting damaged. Putting the sails up, if you notice the flag on top of your ship is moving in the correct direction, you'll actually be able to not have to use any power. Put up the sails and the ship will go automatically. If there's a fire in the ship, you have a water hose. If there's any damage, you have a repair thing. You have to put fuel into this fuel tank, and you actually have to grab stuff off the map to do so. Like there's a lot of like little things you have to do, but at no point does it feel overwhelming or like that you're going to not be able to pull it off or fail. I had so much random fuel sitting in my ship that I never ended up using at the end of the game. Never got even close to being in a situation where I didn't have enough or I was going to run out of anything. It was just a really fun, atmospheric, very pretty game. No dialogue. It's all just sounds and imagery to kind of tell the story. And I kind of love these. And it doesn't have, again, like Inside and Limbo, they always had the like, oh, figure out this puzzle. If you failed the puzzle, you die, like a spider would kill you or, whatever. This doesn't have those moments. There's puzzles, but there is no time crunch on it where if you don't do it, something bad's going to happen. It's more you just kind of sit there and you can't move your ship forward until you figure it out. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was only a couple dollars on the Steam Summer Sale. It was a deep discount game. It probably goes on sale though, like that very often. So if anybody's interested in this, it runs incredible on devices that are portable. Any gaming PC will play this really, really well. And it's actually very nice, but again, short. I think it was like 3.5 hours. I completed everything, got like 11 out of 14 achievements. And I'm not going back to do the other ones because you have to play through the game 3 times to unlock them. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. I played the game once. I'm done. But yeah, highly suggested for anybody who loves those narrative puzzle atmospheric games.
Neato. All right, we've talked enough about games that we like. It's time to talk about all the games that we don't like anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, like we said, World Cup's in the books. I've had zero desire to go and play FIFA to reenact it. In fact, the only thing that I thought about playing was Rematch, and then I realized, well, unless a bunch of my friends are playing it, I'm still not going to care because I don't want to play an online multiplayer game at this point because I don't like dealing with sweaty bullshit.
Yep. Same. Absolutely. And it's funny because I own FIFA 22, and the reason I bought that game is because it had the 2022 World Cup update in it. Also, Ted Lasso as a coach was pretty funny. And I've played that game maybe 6 hours. Like, it's fun to play like for a little bit, but at the price that it is, and then like all the online bullcrap and shit, like I don't know. It
It really stood
hit.
out to me that, like, and obviously having played backyard baseball, now I know it's getting not great reviews. As someone who, I'll also add this onto this because I know it's dear to me right now. Like, I still enjoy backyard baseball a lot. It is a buggy mess, as I said when I was playing the game originally. What I don't like though is a lot of the reviews that are talking about like, oh, it's shallow and there's a lot of copy and repeat to this stuff, and it's not really like doing much here. And I'm like, guys, this is a game that was made for children. Like, are you like really?
Yeah.
It's like it's not designed to be anything that crazy. So like I don't know what we're concerned about here. But like I've been playing it and going like this is all I can ask for. It's like it's just a fun little thing that I can pop in for an hour. And I've put more time into that than I probably would have put into a FIFA if I was playing it.
Oh, 100%.
And the thought that, I was at a Cloud9 moment of soccer and going, but there's nothing I can play that's going to do that for me because they're all require me to be online. Like, sure, I could probably go back and emulate FIFA Street, but I'm be playing a 20-plus-year-old game. That's not exactly solving the problem.
100%.
If the solution to the problem is going back and playing NBA Jam, if I want to play something with basketball in it, there's an inherent issue here. It means the option that I want doesn't exist in modern gaming.
No, very much no. The only thing that ever has come close to me outside of the indie scene is I have to throw them a bone, Nintendo. Mario Strikers would be the only thing I would go and play right now. Like I think it's 3-on-3 soccer in that one. Might be 4 or 5.
Well, I mean, you just put Mario in anything. Like Mario Golf is fun.
Yeah,
like if we even take away like we and our collective friends have been playing Super Battle Golf a bunch, but that's not really a sports game so much as it's just insanity.
It's Mario Kart power-ups in
But like
golf.
Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Mario Strikers, Mario 3-on-3 hoops, like Mario sports games in general are always fun.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, because they're capturing they're not trying to be simulations and all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah.
No, and I mean even in the way of like what Rematch was trying to do for soccer, but like we can go a step beyond that. Rocket League.
Yes. Honestly, that would be great to play. I mean, that's a lot of online, but even if you're not, that's actually like a fun version of soccer as well.
Like, yeah, I know that, when you see like the Rocket League esports ones and you're just like, no one plays like that.
No, oh my God.
Like,
I've tried.
That's the thing. I tried to like watching Rocket League esports, and every time I watch it, I go like, no, because like that's impossible. Like that's not even enjoyable anymore. It's just watching absurdity. Like at least watching like Counter-Strike and stuff. Yeah, anybody can make smart strategic decisions and stuff. And yeah, if you got a good hand-eye and you can quickly like response with a good trigger finger, like yeah, it's still like you would have to play a lot, but at least it looks like something you can attain to do. When I watch Rocket League, I go, I could play this game for 1,000 hours. I will never get that good.
Yeah.
Like there's no point.
There's no point.
And if people were saying, "Oh, Adam, you wouldn't be good at anything," bro, I used to play Game Battles Counter-Strike Source back in the day, so like I know.
Yeah. There's some of those Rocket League people. They can their card is never on the ground. Their card just flies around the map, and I'm like, how are you doing this? How? I could barely break in that game, but
Yeah, it's just crazy. But like when I think about what I'm really asking for, I'm asking for essentially more games that were like what Mario sports games do for Nintendo, but they're only on Nintendo. So
yeah,
that falls into your NBA, NFL, and sorry, FIFA Streets, your NBA Jams, your NHL hits, your NFL blitzes. You know, that's what I'm looking for. And most of
yes,
those sports don't have those options because the market's cornered. Like, unfortunately, we still are in an age where too many people are so, I only play FIFA, I only play NBA 2K, I only play Madden, I only play NHL from EA Sports. And no one's really tried to make a good alternative like that. To the point that when Rematch came out, I went, bro, this better be good because
yeah,
we need that to succeed so that more people make stuff like that.
yeah. I was the same with Rematch. I didn't get into it because of the full online competitiveness and all that kind of stuff, but I was really hoping for it to take off, and it seems like
And it's not
it's
like it hasn't
kind
done
of.
badly. Like it all time peaked at just shy of 100K. It still does anywhere between 7 to 10,000 daily.
Mhm.
So it's not like it's doing badly. So it's fine, but it's obviously not doing what you would hope.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, because that's I don't know, like when you're watching sports, some people do get really into it where it's pure stats and all this like simulation kind of stuff. But as soon as you go to play it and you play those simulations, it's kind of like Gran Turismo, like with car races, like obviously kind of some people may not even call it sport, but it's different because it's like the simulation like really bogs down the gameplay. Like it can
Yeah,
really.
unless you're playing it with a driving wheel and everything where there's like way more of a bit to that. But playing that with a
Yes.
controller, it doesn't feel the same, right?
No, no, and the same problem kind of hits with FIFA, or I guess EA or FC or whatever the heck EA called now because they didn't sign a deal with FIFA to keep having the rights.
Yeah, EA
Um,
Sports FC.
yeah, and you get like you've mentioned, and I've played too, MLB The Show. That one is a bit better. That one does have a little bit more fun in it. But a lot of them, the NHLs, the Maddens, the FIFAs, the Tiger Woods golf, all of this, like there's
It's all simulators.
it's all simulators, and the reason I don't like playing FIFA is because there's so many different buttons and options with shooting and passing. Like it's not just there's a power shot and a gentle shot or something. It's all this stuff where like you're using different sticks to have the perfect angles, and I get it. I get on paper how that sounds like, oh, because then you can aim for the corner of the net while you're shooting the ball instead of just shooting randomly. But the thing is like it's a controller. Like you're not actually using your feet and like doing all this crazy stuff. You're using a controller and trying to do all these different button combinations and figure all this stuff out. And if you're playing online, the few people who have figured it out just dominate, and it's really annoying. So it's almost like you have to practice a
And
lot,
they've
like
also
in
not
real
really
life.
care much about the single player aspect anymore. So like if you're
No.
just wanting to just have fun playing a soccer game, you can't really because they don't do anything with those features anymore. It's all about getting you into the ultimate team mode so you spend the money.
Yeah, exactly. And none of that to me ended up being fun. Like it just kind of lost it because it's like so technical with the game. And then there's the stuff in between, and it's like, oh no, we're simulating this one player going through their career. But that's just watching a bunch of stuff fast forward. And then all of a sudden, it's just like not very fun. It's more like, I don't know, it's like if you were doing fantasy football or fantasy soccer with your friends, but you're actually just alone and like a piece of paper is just like flipping through until it's time for you to do something again.
Like it
Like it
becomes
just
almost a chore in some ways, right?
very much. And it's funny because you on stream, the ones you were having, the Pixel Play AM, you had that baseball game. I can't remember the name from PS2.
Oh,
Um,
the MLB Power Pros.
and that was fantastic. That had a career mode, a single player mode, and you went through a whole thing. And in between games, there was about building up your stats, going to the gym, eating certain food, doing
Resetting.
that. Yeah, resetting. God, you reset so much in your streams. But it was so fun that even just me watching your streams for hours on end every Saturday morning, it was enjoyable because it took the concept of baseball, but it never took away the actual engagement of playing a game out of there, right?
And it'll be very
Um,
interesting because baseball for the first time will have competition because Konami's ePro Spirit Baseball is coming out soon.
mhm,
So it'll be nice to see how that goes. Now, granted, it's not going to be a great competition because it's not an MLB game. It's a MPB. It's the Japanese league.
mhm.
But it's more to me being like, okay, if the controls go really well, like what could that possibly mean? Could maybe Konami look at that and be like, should we try to go a little further with this?
Yeah. No, 100%. Because I get it. There's some people out there that want their simulation version of sports
Oh, for
games,
sure.
but they don't keep like playing them doesn't give the same hype as watching a World Cup and watching teams in that 90 minutes. It's like
I
you
mean,
get
you
to
even
play.
watch like I've watched the NHL EA like tournaments. It's just literally getting yourself into position to do the glitch goals.
Yeah.
It's not like watching a sport.
Yeah. No.
It's just who breaks the AI better.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not fun. It doesn't have the same feeling or vibe. And it doesn't even get close. Like it doesn't keep up the same level of enjoyment. Unlike your PS2 baseball game, which to me, watching you play that, I can see myself after, I was hyped on baseball for a couple weeks after the Blue Jays made it to the very, very end.
Yeah, we don't
I,
talk
w-
about them now.
I was bandwagoning hard. I was like, I had my Jays hat on, like I was ready. And after that PS2 baseball game, that's something I would have loaded up back in the day and
I am
kept my
still
hype
hoping to
going.
this day that Konami releases a new one in the West. I would
Yeah.
love to see a Power Pros game back.
Yeah, I would 100% pick that up and play it. And I'm not even a huge baseball guy. But it's the same vibes that like NBA Jam, Super Baseball 2020 back on the Sega Genesis or whatever the heck it was
Because
called.
I just checked, they still make them. It's just Japan only.
Ah, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I want to keep the fun going, Like I don't play Olympic games after the Olympics that are super like technical and stuff like that. If there's a bobsledding game or something or like I'm playing a game that's ridiculous, like Cool Borders after the Winter Olympics, like I'm playing something that's just fun. After the Summer Olympics, maybe I'll go play on the N64, the Wave Race 64 or something. I don't know, like something that hits that same vibe while still feeling fun and engaging to play like a video game is. Because as simulations go, unless you have the racing wheel, unless you have a baseball bat controller or something, like these simulations aren't going to hit the same and they're not going to be as fun.
For those watching the video version, this is that game that's currently released. This is the PS4 version, but like this is from last year. So they still make these.
Gosh,
And
like
it looks nice,
it
honestly.
does look nice. This looks like the game you were playing before from the PS2, but obviously
But in a 4K filter, honestly.
4K. Yeah, like somebody just went in and made a 4K mod or something. Like this looks great. Like I want to play this. I genuinely would purchase this on Steam or a PlayStation or wherever this would be, and I would play this and I would enjoy it
I mean,
a
shit,
lot.
if it was available to me, I'd even try playing it and just being like, okay, I'm not going to understand a lick of it because it's all in Japanese, but like I'll figure out what the modes are and I'll just go play that mode and just go have fun playing baseball.
Exactly. That's okay. On your PS6, you can probably get the disc version from Japan and put it in your
Yeah,
system,
yeah, right?
Coming back around.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's one of those frustrations that I have where it's just I know that there was a push for a while that we wanted more realism because as graphics got better, that's what the biggest push was, right? But during that time in the PS2 era, we had the choices. You still had those street games. You still had,
Mhm.
a lot of your arcadey stuff, again, Power Pros for baseball, like I said. Like those all still existed. In the same way that we still had Tony Hawk Pro Skater going in full swing. SSX was going for snowboarding. You had the Need for Speed Underground games, and racing games have always had the arcadey stuff.
Mhm.
Like for every F1 game, there's been a Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
So why is all the other sports basically been if you want to play soccer, you have to play FIFA. Unless you're a Nintendo fan, then you've got options for most of the other sports.
Yep.
But like
Most.
if you're playing on anything else, unless there's like some weird indie game, but like most of them are either unknown or like they're pretty shallow. Like there's a game I want to try called Indoor Baseball that's literally about like playing like stickball in a house, right? But
Yeah.
it's silly. But like that's not a game that you're gonna play for a while.
No. No, that's like a pick up and play on a portable device on your couch
That's like
when you
you
have
pick it
20
up on
minutes.
Steam when it's $4 and you play it for 2 hours and you're happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably in bed.
Like if
Like,
Power Pro, like if they released that Power Pros game I just showed footage of, I'd buy it tomorrow, and I would probably put more than 50 hours into it by the time that we get into the end of the fall.
yeah, I would buy it too. I don't know if I'd hit the 50 hours, but I'd have at least 30 something hours in that game because that just looks
We
fun.
would have at least come on the podcast at one point and been like, "So Chris, how was that shellacking I gave you the other night in Power Pros?"
Yeah, you would kick my ass in that game. I'm not going to lie. But
But
still, it would
that's
be
the
fun.
biggest thing to me. It's just it's us laughing about it, like not like when you had a party over one time and we had FIFA on, like, was it fun? Sure, but like no one's talking about that FIFA game we played the
No,
other time.
no.
We talk about the Mario Kart races we've done. We talk about, the stuff we've done in Helldivers and stuff
Yes.
and Super Battle Golf. Like we talk about those because we had a shit ton of fun with that.
Yeah.
Playing a game like FIFA or Madden or whatever, like it's not to say they're not fun, but they're not like the memorable kind of fun that you take with you for a little while.
Exactly. Yeah, like
Like
I still
even going
have.
outside of the traditional sports, like even like I'm surprised that Nintendo hasn't released a new Punch Out for the same reason.
Oh, yes. Yeah, same.
Because like that, it's a fun ass boxing game.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually is. And yeah, like you'd think that because I like even the Mario games, like I don't think there's ever been like a hockey Mario
I
game.
think they did, but it would
Have
have
they?
been like, let me
Is this
see,
like a GameCube game or something? I'm trying to think when.
because I mean, the Olympic Games would have been one as well.
Right. But even look at that. Like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, they took the Olympics and made them fun.
Yeah. So like they're like there's no excuse for it, honestly. It's just again, it's companies that know there's no point in competing, so they're like, well, let's not bother. But like to remind people, because we've had this conversation so many times with all these studios getting closed, if you just go low budget, you never know, you might make more than your money back.
Oh,
You can
100%.
power that out in like a year or two, and it only costs you like, let's say, a mil, 2 mil
Yeah.
tops. All you gotta do is
Yeah.
sell like friggin' 10,000 copies. You've probably made your money back.
Yeah. Like imagine a game because this is from 2014 this game and obviously there was a collection of games within it so they had to create all different winter Olympic
So they probably
games for
spent like
everything.
a month of time on this,
Yeah. But
and that
imagine a
still looks
game.
like fun.
Yeah, and but imagine just this game, just the hockey part. And it doesn't have to be Mario characters. Let's just picture it's in whatever. It's like made up characters or something and it's an EA indie-ish type of game. This wouldn't be very hard to make. It wouldn't be very expensive. And if people pick it up, like you can make your money back so easily. Because, like you said, if it costs, like, say, $1 million to make, you don't have to sell 500,000 copies to finally make back your money.
And
And
if you have the
people might find it
framework, you
fun.
can make another one. It's going to cost even less because you've already got the engine built, and you're just
Exactly.
adding to it.
Yeah, and then every couple of years you got a new one. Hopefully maybe every 4 years. But I don't know, like even just looking at this footage, I've never played I never had this game. I think it was a Wii U game at the time. I never got into it at the time. I didn't fall in love with my Wii U as hard as I thought I would. But this looks like a lot of fun, and I would pick this up tomorrow and just play it with friends if people were over. Like, it just looks like a general fun hockey game that isn't taking itself too seriously, and even has the fun little additives like power moves and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like I even come to mind. What was the name of that fucking roguelite one that I've played recently? What's it called? Just give me a second here. Tape to Tape. That's right. A game like that, even though it's built with roguelite elements, it's still fun because it has that old like Sega Genesis arcadey sort of hockey game to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up being like really fun because it's not about anything other than let's just make a silly hockey game It's probably not going to cost much, and we'll just be chill with it. And it ended up being, honestly, it's one of my favorite hockey games ever, to be perfectly honest, because it's
Wow.
so much fun. Because all it is, it's taking a basic concept, adding a few tweaks to it, and then that's it. But it has the charm to go with it as well.
Yeah, this gives absolutely like
And
NHL
like you hit a
94
guy, it's got
vibes.
that Mutant League hockey level feels where you fucking nail guys. Like there's powers like you can throw sticks at people. Like it's the right kind of fun to it. And yeah, the roguelite elements can also mean like your runs can end, but like just even playing the game as is still a lot of fun.
Yeah, this looks actually like a lot of fun. I loved like NHL 94 and stuff back in the day when the main NHL games were more arcadey versus the
Well,
simulations.
yeah, because you couldn't sim.
Yeah, you couldn't back then. And I mean, I put hundreds of hours on my Sega Genesis into NHL 90. Well, I had 95. And this gives that exact same vibe. Like this hits exactly
I mean, they
the way
definitely
I want
designed
to.
this because it had that NHL 90, like NHLPA 93 Sega Genesis kind of vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna look into this after we record.
Oh, you should. It's a very good roguelite too, and it has a very good amount of charm and puns to it. So,
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that.
but yeah, it's one of those things that like I'm not asking for, these really high budget crazy like I just want to see some options that pop up, and I'm sure if I look hard enough on the indie scene, like there might be some stuff here and there, but like. I want to see a major company. That's why when the Sifu devs did a rematch, I was really surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see someone take a real stab. But like you don't have to put money like if the Yakuza studio guys want to be like cuz they make so many different fucking mini games that they go, "Hey, what if we just made a fucking like cuz they did a little baseball game. What if they're just like, what if we just actually make a baseball game?"
That would be perfect.
I'd
Honestly,
be curious.
I'd be very curious because the thing is, baseball even just fits within the Yakuza universe. So it's like, yeah, that would be great. Like that's a great example of exactly what I'd be looking for in a sports game.
And I mean Capcom, you got Mega Man Soccer primed and ready for you.
Yeah, no, they do. They could just get that out there. Honestly, if a new Mega Man Soccer came out, I'd get really excited and probably buy it.
And I mean just make a Mega Man Soccer Cross World so you can have fucking Steve from Minecraft as one of the characters.
well, I know you're making a joke, but you're actually selling it to me
I'm
even
not
harder now.
It's a joke, but it's also like who wouldn't play that?
No, of course. Like that's the thing. Like yeah, like I don't know. Like we've got it with racing and you've got Sonic Crossworld, you got Mario Kart, you've got other Forza
There are some
Horizon.
sports I get because again, like a lot of the companies that would do this kind of shit are in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really soccer and baseball. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
So like no one's good like a lot of people aren't going to make a football game, but I mean, football's got some decent options because you got Blood Bowl if you're into like the board game style stuff. You do have, I know Mutant League football did make a comeback.
Mm-hmm. It
Like
did.
there are options out there. Basketball is a weird one. I know that there's some sort of game that's being like a 3-on-3 game that's being made. I still sit there and go, guys, and like basketball is such a street game. How has nobody just done a basic street basketball game?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes no sense.
And then like, how is there no Canadian studio that's like, here, let's make a really cool hockey game for $100,000? I mean, maybe that's tape to tape for all I know, right? But
True.
but
Yeah,
like, and
I don't know.
even other sports, like you could really get people into a sport that they're not accustomed to if you can make like a really low budget, silly arcadey game like lacrosse, cricket. Like if you want to bring cricket to Western audiences, like figure out a way to do an arcadey version of that and have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Combat sports. I mean, I still joke all the time, like, man, I hate that wrestling games have gotten too simulation as well. Where's Def Jam Vendetta, man? Like
Yeah.
bring back Def Jam Vendetta. Like do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Like there's so many things like obviously some sports are going to be relegated to being mini games like darts and stuff. Like obviously, but like for most things that are team sports related, you can do some fun stuff with this shit.
Yeah, oh for sure. And
Like I mean, I've even played the Captain Tsubasa anime soccer games, and they're not bad. Like, they're not great, but like if you put a little bit more polish into them and made them a little less like they're not simmy, but they're more like there's not nearly as much gameplay as I'd like there to be in those. If you add a little more arcade style gameplay to what's already there, I think the Captain Tsubasa could do insanely well if it was made for more of a Western audience as well, and not just being like this Japanese anime thing. Because the way that those games run are actually like they look pretty cool. They're not bad, but again, a lot of it's. You remember how Final Fantasy X-2 had the blitzball sort of, or not?
Yeah,
No, I shouldn't say the. It's sort of a simulation, but like they took what was already kind of fun with blitzball and then made it less inputty. Like you didn't do nearly as much. That's kind of Captain Tsubasa with FIFA because it looks like an anime FIFA game, but you don't have nearly as much action as you think you do. Like, you don't aim your shots, really. It's just you're there and the shots go where... Like, it's more of, like, stats that determine a lot of stuff than anything else. Like, if you take this foundation and just added more of an arcade gameplay to it, I think this could do gangbusters for soccer fans that are looking for an alternative from FIFA.
Yeah.
Like, it's stuff like that where the door is so wide open that if one company just takes a stab at it, you can do something.
Yeah, because that actually does look kind of fun. Like what I'm actually seeing here, it does look like a fun game.
It's not bad, but like I would say for what I would consider this to be a 10 out of 10 at its best, it's at maybe a 5 or a 6 at best right now.
Yeah.
Like there's so much room for it to get better.
Yeah. But at least it has that like arcadey look and feel kind of, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a sim. It doesn't feel like it's trying to be realistic, which I don't know about you, but I'm not playing a sports game because I want to experience the exact way that it would be to be, playing because I know that I will never play baseball. That's why I play slow pitch rec league softball, where the throws are done by my own teammate. It's intended to be as close down the middle as it can, and it's going 10 kilometers an hour so I can bang the shit out of it. Where's my slow pitch softball game?
Yeah, true.
Like it's stuff like that where it's just I'm not like, and maybe some people are, and I'm not saying take away these options. I'm saying where's the option for me who just wants to? I just really love baseball. I just want to play fun baseball games. I don't like. I like MLB The Show, but like MLB The Show games to me are 7s at best and will never get above that.
Yeah,
because they are still fundamentally simulation games. They're still fine. But, like, I would never recommend people play them. Comparatively to Backyard Baseball, I would still, even in its original form, when it got released, I would still tell people to play Backyard Baseball before I would ever say to play MLB The Show. Because the charm outweighs everything else.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's just at a point that, like, I'm not asking for... 10 out of 10s out of the gate. I just want to see people take some fucking risks, man.
Yeah, because I think you said it great where it's like we're not asking for FIFA and Madden to disappear. We know they're not going to. God, they make so much money off of the people who do play them. But where are the alternates? Where's the other options for people who don't play simulation games? Where are the arcadey type games? Where is those? Where, like, I love to watch soccer, but I don't want at any point in my life to pretend like I'm playing it at a professional level, even simulating that on TV through a video game. I play video games. I would more prefer to play something more arcadey, and that's why FIFA doesn't really speak to me because it's way too hardcore for what I would do. And yeah, so like, where is it? Because I'll play like what you got on the video. I'll play this way before I'll play another MLB The Show. I've had every MLB The Show show up on Game Pass, and the last time I played it was the 22 one. So, but I'd play this tomorrow if it came out.
I mean, it is.
On Game Pass.
Yeah, I just wouldn't have you pay $50 for it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm not playing it right now.
But yeah, it's just the overall frustration that I have that, like, for sports being for everyone, it seems like you only have one way of playing it most of the time. Now, if you're a Nintendo customer, you have way better options. Because when Nintendo decides we're going to release a Mario sports game, you know it's going to be fucking good.
Yes. Yes,
And
you
I
really,
hate
really do.
that
And I hate
because I'm
that.
not buying a Switch 2.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Nintendo, please, I beg you. I'm not asking you to release all your games on multi-platform, but goddamn, you would benefit so hard by putting all your sports games on everything. And
I
I
think,
say that in
yeah.
all seriousness. Honestly, I can understand you still want to keep your exclusivity, but like, do you know how much fucking money you're leaving off the table by not releasing Mario Tennis or whatever the fuck on everything? Holy shit.
Yeah. And God, the amount of people you'd have if you had cross play between consoles on there, God,
Can
it
you
would be wild.
imagine releasing Mario Strikers on all platforms?
Yeah.
How
God,
much fucking money you'd make?
yeah. Nintendo would just be like, "Oh, cool. Look what we did."
Like, Nintendo, you
Money.
could have just casually been like, "Hey, did you guys enjoy the World Cup? Here, Mario Strikers is available on every platform now."
Yeah.
And we'd all be like, "Holy shit, bro."
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd grab that on PC tomorrow. I don't even have it on my Switch, but I would grab it on PC tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oy.
we'd all collectively in our Discord be like, "Okay, guys, so we're all playing that together now, right?"
Yeah, 100%.
Doesn't even matter if
Absolutely.
if it can only be one-on-one. We'll just have fucking 4 matches going on at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's annoying that we are at a point where it just seems like no one wants to take that initiative and try to fill a hole
Yeah.
that's wide open.
Yeah.
But it's why I was happy to see Backer Baseball come back because I knew that it could fill a hole with something. Now, has it come out to great reviews? No, but I also didn't assume it was going to be perfect anyway. I was always nervous
Yeah.
about this game coming back, but that also is because it had 30 years of nostalgia on it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So, different story. But like, even though I think it's like a 57 on Metacritic right now or some shit, I'd still say it's worth it. I don't like, I don't really like, would I tell you to pay $50 for it? No, but like, if it was $30 right now, I'd be like, dude, get it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's
Oh,
buggy.
100%.
Yeah, there's some issues. Fuck it. It's $30. It's going to be one of the most fun baseball games you play for a while.
Yeah.
And also, Konami, fucking put Power Pros back on Western consoles. God
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah, I really want to play one of those. I'm not going to lie. So
I know
really
they sold
hope.
like shit. But that's because back then people wanted the MVP baseball, also MVP baseball and MLB The Show was going at the same time. I think 2K was also doing one too. So like there was competition, bro. You
Yeah.
were in a bad time. You were like, I'm sure when they release Pro Baseball Spirit, the Japanese baseball league one, that's sort of realistic-ish. I'm sure it'll do okay in the West, but it probably won't do well. Man, if I gotta buy like extra copies of MLB Power Pros, or even if it's just Power Pros, I don't even know if they get the MLB license. If I gotta gift people copies to sell some more copies for you guys, I'll fucking do it if I have to.
Yeah. I will too.
Yeah. Any last thoughts you got on there? Because I've covered everything that I could think of. Because I mean, I could talk more about like the other sites where it's like Tony Hawk and stuff, but like that to me isn't the same thing as like the team sports that we're so focused on with what's being dominated.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. No, this is definitely like the NHLs, the Maddens, the MLB, the shows, and especially the FIFA. Like it's those.
Really the big four sports.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, big five, I guess, if you're counting soccer, foot. Like, well, again, this is North America. I'm sorry to everybody else outside of North America. Soccer, football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. But
Yeah. 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 No, I've got nothing else to add. I don't know. I would just love some new arcadey games, especially from the big publishers. Like the indie games are great, but to have the financial backing of getting like official players and all that kind of stuff, in
I got an
the
idea.
things.
Sony, I got an idea for you. All right. So we know how we don't really care about Horizon anymore, right? It's kind of boring. Horizon could be a fun soccer game.
Oh yeah. You know what? I mean, they're already making every type of genre game with the Horizon license at this point. Why not? Like, to be in truth though, imagine like an Astrobot one, like with different characters from different games that you
PlayStation
could,
All Stars.
yeah, like kind of like that, and but it's like soccer or something like that would kill. That would do so well, and it's not like they have to pay any licensing
No,
to
I got an
anybody.
Astrobot Hockey
Oh,
with the
Astrobat
haptic
Hockey
controls.
with the haptic controls because of the ice levels and stuff. Yeah, like there's so many cool things here that's just being left off the table. Like, Come
Walking
on.
Dead baseball.
I just pictured that. Immediately bad idea. Just zombies standing in a field and you hitting them with balls. It's very funny.
I was
but
going to say,
like,
what? Now you're selling me harder on this.
and you just everybody's bat is just you, Lucille from Negan, the bat with like the barbed
Well, no,
wire
it's
or
just you
whatever on
play
it.
baseball, but depending on where the ball goes, like zombies start flooding the thing, and you start losing teammates. So you have to like put more people off the bench onto the field.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Negan's put a bunch of people. You have to finish a baseball game in order, and the winners get to survive. But like zombies keep coming onto the field anyway, so like,
How did we go from Astrobot to fucking Walking Dead? I'll never know. Oh, so good. Oh,
I know I'm talking good shit.
oh, it's good. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be interested. It would be on the wish list. It really would.
But I think that's going to cover it. So we're going to end this one off. So we'll ease up on the sports talk next time. It's not like there's any massive world tournament coming anytime soon. So, I mean, I guess when the Street Fighter movie comes out, that's kind of a world tournament. That's going to be a thing. So we'll probably get onto it around that point. But
yep.
But that's going to do it for this week's episode. Since we are getting close to 250, I will say this. I don't know if Kaylan's going to be back. He's still waiting for his repairs to be done so he can use the basement without being potentially covered in either water or dust. So we're unsure yet. I will say this, though. If we do another episode next week with just me and Chris, we will not do another episode until he's back, but I can't imagine it's going to be longer than that. I would say the odds of us taking a week off are pretty low unless like something happened. Like if I have something come up where I cannot be around to record something, that's a different story. But like I would be surprised if we don't. If we're interrupting the schedule. But like if we're doing 250 episodes, like it doesn't make sense for us to not have the whole crew around. So
no, 100%. No, we would delay by the week or whatever it would take to get Kaylan here for sure.
I'm also reminding myself, ignore the mouse on the screen right now because I have it set to the overlay. And that happens to be the screen that my cursor is on right now because I'm seeing what our subscriber count is because we are also close to 500. We are at 489. We are almost there.
Almost there. 2 big milestones coming up right around the same time. So
we're probably going to be having 2 special episodes within like a month of each other at this rate.
Yeah.
Most likely anyway. I mean, we could stagnate at like 495 for like 2 months for all we know.
That is true. That is true. Or all of our sports fans who love the simulation games see this and all unsubscribe. And it turns out
we'll be at 1,000 subscribers tomorrow, and we'll be like, oh shit, we got to do 2 episodes.
Yeah, imagine that would be wild. What the heck would we do then? Because then it's like,
well, our schedule's simple. We have our next 3 episodes in the can once Kaylan's back. We have 250, and we have 2 bonus episodes. Or not 2 bonuses. We would just have our 2 non-game related episodes that we do whenever we hit a milestone. So
yeah. Gosh. And then we're going to hit 10,000 subs, and one of us is going to have to play a horror game live on stream.
You are going to play a horror game live on stream.
Damn it. Why? I know.
I will be there. I will be there in spirit to help you, but like, you're the one playing it.
Yeah.
We know this.
God, what would it be? Oh, I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want to think about that.
But anyways, that's going to do it on this one, guys. So thank you so much for checking us out. So, hey, YouTube, if you're on here, speaking of subscribers, you want to click that button?
Click it.
That's assuming you haven't yet. If you have already, don't you dare click it again. That's unsubscribe. Don't do that. But also like the video. The algorithm likes that. But if you're listening on any audio platform, you can give us a rating. Please do so there. Otherwise, share with all your friends. Don't forget our link tree as well. linktr.ee/pixelplay podcast, where it's linked to our Discord, linked to our socials, all that fine jazz. And we will see you on the next one. Side quest on Friday. Since we're still popping shots at PlayStation, we decided, hey, let's do a series of top 5 about box art. When physical copies are still a thing. Don't worry, we'll make sure we do one for PS6, because that'll be a thing, right?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It would probably be like PlayStation Store art. Like, I don't even know. Thumbnail doesn't ring the same. Top thumbnail art.
Yeah. But anyways, that's going to do it for us. So take care and bye-bye for now.